Hi, good morning. I just woke up from a great night's sleep. And many of my clients share a challenge. If you're watching this video, perhaps you're one of those clients too, or one of those people, and you are experiencing or have experienced this problem as well. So getting a proper night's sleep. Sleep is important for a lot of reasons, but I'm going to give you about 10 reasons right now that you need to be sleeping besides the obvious. Okay? Our subconscious never sleeps. That part of our mind never sleeps, and it utilizes the time that we're sleeping to repair your heart and your blood vessels and, the cells in your body. It's doing some work while you're sleeping. It's quite busy. And two, a lack of sleep is linked to weight gain, believe it or not, and is one of the strongest links to obesity as it regulates your metabolism. So, interesting, right? 3, without a good night's sleep, you're going to lack the concentration, focus, productivity. It's going to lower your problem-solving skills, reduce your memory. So a lack of sleep, what all that sort of comes together is a lack of sleep impairs your brain functions. 4, sleeping will decrease your risk of heart disease and stroke. Okay, that's important. 5, it can maximize and improve your athletic abilities, your physical performance, as it rebuilds the muscles that you have worn out during the day. They're like worn down during the day. Okay, so it just rebuilds that. 6, poor sleep affects your risk of diabetes too. So it's going to increase that risk as it affects your blood sugar and reduces your insulin sensitivity. Okay, what else? Poor sleep is linked to depression and affects your emotions and social interactions. It can increase your responsiveness to negative feelings by 60%. That's a lot. Okay. 8, it lowers your immunity. 9, it increases inflammation in your body. Okay, and 10, your body will not rejuvenate and recharge if you don't sleep. And the sleep also regulates your inner clock. Okay, so lots of reasons why you should be sleeping. Next, we have to talk about how much sleep do you need. Okay? So there's a lot of documentation around this, a lot of recommendations, but here's what I think. This is sort of the common ground. Adults over 65 need about 7 to 8 hours sleep. Adults 18 to 64 require 7 to 9 hours sleep. Teenagers around 14 to 17 years of age need about 8 to 10 hours sleep. School children 6 to 13 years of age require about 9 to 11 hours sleep. Toddlers 1 to 2 years of age, they require about 11 to 14 hours sleep, and infants 4 to 11 months, 12 to 15 hours, and newborns to 3 months require 14 to 17 hours sleep. Okay? So now let's talk about levels of consciousness. I've got some great tips for you, but I really want you to understand a few things first. So levels of consciousness. Our mind comes in several levels, okay? That levels of going into sleep. So let's talk about what those levels actually mean. So the first level that you want to talk about is we want to talk about beta mind. Okay? So beta mind is that mind that we're talking with right now. It's that clear, I'm awake, everything. I'm aware of everything that's going on and listening to everything. All right? I can hear everything. I'm alert. My going about my day life. Mind. Okay, so that is the mind that is called beta. So are we clear? Because beta is clear. Okay, then the next level of mind is alpha mind, and alpha mind is where you're getting tired. Let's talk about an example. So let's say pretend that it's late at night and you're watching your favorite TV show or movie on TV. and you just really want the episode to be over or the movie to be over so you can just go to bed and go to sleep. You know, your eyes are running, you're like tired, right? So you're mostly aware of what's happening and what's going on, and this is called alpha mind. Okay, this is when you're starting to just get ready to go to sleep. Theta mind, which is the next one down, is like this. So you're watching the same episode on TV or the same movie and your eyes are closed and you can sort of hear some of what's going on, but not all of what's going on. You don't really care. The phone rings. You're like, meh, you know, who cares? You're basically drifting off at this point. And that is theta mind. Okay? So here's something that you need to understand about alpha and theta mind. These levels of consciousness are highly suggestible levels of consciousness. I use these a lot in hypnosis. I want to get people into theta a lot, and sometimes even deeper. So many people who are taking sleeping pills only get into that theta mind. They don't really get into the deeper levels I'm going to be talking about shortly. So if you're taking sleeping pills, it's very probable that you're not reaching the levels of sleep that you actually need to sleep for the repairs to start happening in your body. And like I said, you are highly suggestible during this time. And I'm going to tell you how that's going to affect you as well. So by taking sleeping pills, you're pretty much wasting your time because it's not going to get you into those deep levels that you want to go into. So delta level, you're in a really deep sleep now. You can hear nothing. And if you wake up from this state, you are usually feeling super disoriented and you need to move as you start to move up into the upper levels to be into that beta mind again. And then we've got REM, which is rapid eye movement. Your eyes are moving side to side. They're closed. You're very deep into sleep. Perhaps you're experiencing a dream. And dreams are related to intense brain activity. You're also getting messages from your body and your subconscious. And a lot of healing is going on at this time. This is the golden moment. This is the money, right? This is where you want to be. This is the yeah baby moment. Like this is, you want deep in that sleep, okay? So the moment you've been waiting for. 9 tips to get into that nice deep sleep. Now there's lots of tips that are written online, but these are the ones that I use the most with my clients, and they seem to work. Okay, the first thing that you need to understand is your biology comes from your beliefs. So our beliefs are our biology. Our subconscious mind is really like a supercomputer, and it is our greatest asset. Okay, it's worth more than your car, your house, all the money in the world. Your subconscious runs how your whole parasympathetic system works, how your heart beats, how the blood circulates, how the organs operate, how the cells are fed. Like it works everything. Okay, but it's based on our values and our beliefs. So its paramount job is to actually keep us safe according to those values and those beliefs. So what I'm saying to you here is I'm saying that what we believe will happen because our subconscious does not know the difference between a good thought and a bad thought, just like a computer. So what we believe, it actually thinks we want. Are you getting what I just said? It's like a command. What we command will be. So if you're saying stuff like, I can't sleep, I'm always so tired, I constantly wake up in the middle of the night around 3 or 4, I need pills to sleep, I can't shut my mind off, and you believe this stuff, and you believe it. You believe the stuff that you've just said and thought. Well, guess what you've just done? Congratulations, you have created a program in your subconscious, and your supercomputer is there to please you. And it must react to the images and the beliefs that you give it. Just has to. So what you asked for will happen like magic. You have to change your words. Your words and your beliefs mean a lot, okay? So don't despair. You can be reprogrammed. but it will take some devotion on your part. It's not just about saying some positive affirmations. And since your subconscious is in control about 95% of the day, just by telling your conscious positive affirmations, I will sleep, I sleep like a baby, may not be enough, because your conscious mind is only in control 5% of the day. So 95 versus 5, right? So, this one you've been planting for a long time. So the conscious mind doesn't have enough power against the subconscious. Okay? So there's some other things that may need to happen. So let me break it down for you even further, because this portion, this tip, is one of your most important ones to understand out of the 9. Okay? Let's pretend that you have 2 plants. One is a rose bush, and the other one is a rosary pea, which is poisonous, so yucky, okay? One is beautiful, the other one will kill you, okay? So we plant them both, we give them both water and sunshine, and you sing to them, and you fertilize them, and they will both grow beautifully. Why? Because Mother Earth doesn't care what we planted, okay? So our subconscious is the same. So as long as we're reinforcing what we have planted, it will grow. So you keep repeating some of this stuff and it's growing. You're reinforcing it, right? So if you reinforce the fact that you can't sleep, guess what? The subconscious doesn't care what you planted. Only that you've reinforced it. So your beliefs, your faith, your truth. Follow me? So this is how this works. So in this case, you need to change these beliefs. You need to use words more like, I sleep like a baby. I used to have a hard time sleeping, but I sleep like a baby now. You have to put faith in the fact that you can sleep. Because of course you can. It's a natural body function. You've just forgotten consciously how to. But on a subconscious level, you still know how to sleep. Your subconscious doesn't forget anything. You can sleep like a baby. You once did, and you can again. So follow these tips, and perhaps you need someone like me who is versed in how to change the self-limiting beliefs that you've planted and reinforced deep in your subconscious to help you change those, because it can be changed, all right? You're just doing it the wrong way. So tip 2, create a bedtime ritual, right? Remember when you were a child, or if you have children, okay? So when you're a child, what happens at bedtime? Your mom says, go brush your teeth, go have a shower, go whatever. You have this stuff that happens at bedtime. There's a series of events that happen every night before your child goes to sleep, or before you went to sleep before. And this could take up anywhere to a half an hour to an hour. What's happening behind the scenes while you're doing this series of events for bedtime? You've flipped a trigger, a receptor. Your subconscious understands that when these series of things happen, it's time to sleep. Okay? It is time for rest. So I want you to spend the next week or so creating a habit, a ritual that feels good for you, a bedtime ritual, a series of events that do not include technology, except if you're listening to some music, if that's part of your ritual. Okay, maybe some calm music or a sleep recording. Okay, like a hypnosis sleep recording, or a guided meditation for sleep. I will in fact send one of these recordings to anyone who messengers me with their email address, and I will forward you a free sleep hypnosis recording that I have recorded for you, and that will help to send you to La La Land. Okay, so that can be part of your ritual, is to listen to this recording. Other than that, no tech. So what will your half hour to 45-minute bedtime ritual look like? Have fun with it. plan. Is it reading a good book? It doesn't have to be a self-help book or a study book. It needs to be something maybe mindless, right? It's time to slow your roll. We as a society, as humans, live 50 times more experiences in our lifetimes than our ancestors ever did. With all this information and input that we are getting all day, we're on information overload. We give ourselves all this stuff going on all day in our head. We need to slow down in order to sleep. You can't go from high to off. It doesn't work that way. Okay? So tip 3, you need to think about getting off the sleeping pills. All they do is make you addicted, and they are placebo at best. They have this idea in your head that you have to take a pill to sleep. They're harming your body, and you are most likely not even getting into the levels of sleep that you need to get into. You're probably still tired. So look into some herbal remedies like CBD, cannabidiol, which is very helpful for sleep. And if you want to know more about a pure 100% organic oil, let me know. I have one that I work with. I have a couple, actually. Also, I have a recipe of pure essential oils that I call Rest that you can make yourself, or I can give you the recipe to make yourself and put 1 drop of this on your pillow as part of your ritual at night. The aroma of these oils will help you get into that deep sleep and keep you there. If you messenger me again, I will share my recipe with you. My clients love it, and one of the ingredients in it, in fact, is like a tranquilizer. Okay? If you are on pills and you're addicted, you may need to wean off of these pills. You can't just quit. Okay? Especially if you've been taking them for a really long time. Your body won't respond to just quitting. Okay? So you may need some help with that. If this is the case, shoot me a message or an email. Maybe you need to talk to your doctor and say you don't want to take these anymore. And let's talk first. Because there are some things that I'd like to know in order to help you proceed properly with this piece. Okay? So you have to be gentle and kind with yourself. Tip 4, news fast. People, no news at night or in the morning. Like seriously, listen to me. Remember I said you were highly suggestible? Okay? When I put people to hypnosis, I am putting them into that alpha and theta state. Okay? You are highly suggestible in this state of mind. When you're listening to the news and it's all about bombing and killing and, what the President of the United States is doing and all this stuff, you are feeding your subconscious the wrong information. It's just like if you leave your TV on at night. It doesn't know that it's a TV. It's listening to, some crime show or something on TV and banging and shooting and whatever. So this is all negative information that's going into your subconscious as suggestions. Okay, you don't know what's being said behind the scenes and how your subconscious is actually interpreting what's being said, right? So you're filling yourself up with crap, and more crap. So seriously, just stop it. You're not doing yourself any favors, and there's nothing good in the news, and you need to listen to something that is nourishing. Okay, listen to something that is nourishing. If you're going to be watching TV, I would suggest you don't watch TV during your bedtime ritual, but if you were going to watch TV late at night, think of something more nourishing. If you really need to know what's going on in the news, do it in the middle of the day when you're awake in beta mind. Tip 5, 4-7-8 breathing. Most of the population don't think about breathing because it's something that we do automatically. It's another one of our most powerful tools. Every breath that you take is attempting to balance the acidity and the alkalinity in your blood. Okay? So that being said, most of us breathe incorrectly. We're breathing up here in our chest. We breathe what's called thoracic breathing rather than diaphragmatic, which is down here in your abdomen. And if you think about your lungs like 3 pieces, 3 sections, so the lower part of your lungs, the middle part of your lungs, and then your upper chest, what you want to do is fill up that diaphragm and then put it up through those 3 sections and exhale completely. Okay? So what you do when you do that kind of breathing is you're helping your body to balance, right? And you're exhaling all the excess carbon dioxide that's in your body. Okay, so what you want to do is regulate your blood. Balance your blood. Exhale all the way out. You should only be taking 8 to 10 breaths a minute. When you're breathing thoracic, you're breathing all up in your chest, and there's like your lungs back there and your heart and stuff. Like there's not enough room to take a full breath in here. So you're taking about 20 to 30 breaths. Okay, so when you inhale in a diaphragmatic breath, during the inhale, you need to be pushing out. Exhale, coming in. Okay, so when you breathe thoracic, you cannot take a full breath. This is the reason for panic attacks. Okay, because your lungs are in the way, you're not balancing your blood. It can cause very shallow breathing, and it's not allowing your breathing to do its work, and this can cause some serious issues in your body. So if you are actually experiencing panic attacks, you might want to watch the video that I posted a couple of days ago. So it's very necessary to balance our carbon dioxide in our blood and our acidity and our alkalinity. Otherwise, this can cause serious conditions like panic attacks being one of them. All right? So you want to focus on your breathing. So 4, 7, 8 breathing. At night when you're ready for bed, okay, all tucked in, I would like you to do 4, 7, 8 breathing. And what that means is I want you to do that diaphragmatic breathing that I just talked about. You breathe in through the diaphragm, your stomach pushes out, your belly pushes out in that area. You bring the breath all the way up into the lungs, starting at the bottom, and then you exhale all the way. So here's how you're going to do it. You're going to breathe in for 4. You're going to hold for 7. You're going to exhale for 8. Okay? I want you to breathe in for the count of 4. Hold for the count of 7. Exhale for the count of 8. Continue doing this breathing. Okay, this is doing several things. Number 1, it's balancing your system. Number 2, guess what? You're focusing on your breathing and nothing else. You're quieting your mind. Okay? So think about your breathing. And I'm going to take you in the next tip to a special place. While you're breathing in your mind, go to a special place. If for any reason while you're doing this breathing, though, that you feel dizzy or vertigo or you feel a panic attack coming on, just stop. Just simply stop immediately, and you're going to try again later to do this breathing. And eventually you can change your breathing and do the diaphragmatic breathing. You can try it again later. It takes time. You've been breathing wrong all this time. You can't just change overnight. So you need to be gentle and kind with yourself. Okay? So tip number 6, the special place. So if you're in a safe place right now, I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes for a moment. Okay? If it's safe to do so, of course, you need to be in a safe place. Now take a few deep diaphragmatic breaths, as we just discussed. Okay? And I would like you to imagine, sense, visualize, or even pretend in your mind about a place that's outside that brings you peace. A place that you've been to, or been to on vacation, or a cottage, someplace outside, or a place that you've wanted to go to or imagined that feels very peaceful for you. Somewhere out in nature. And however you see or sense or feel or imagine or pretend that you feel this place is perfectly okay. There's no right or wrong way to do this. If thoughts pop up in your mind, don't push them away. Thank them for coming and just gently set them aside. You will come back and deal with them later. Just like you're dropping leaves into a stream. You can pick them up later. Gently and lovingly allow yourself to be in this place. You're alone here. Notice if it's daytime or it's nighttime. The temperature outside is exactly how you like it to be. It's the perfect kind of day for you. And using all of your senses now, notice what you would hear in this place, what you can smell, what you'll be able to see in this place. Feel the various aspects and textures of nature around you. Notice if the sun is warm or the stars are bright. What's happening in the sky? Perhaps you can notice the beauty of the sky. If you're wearing shoes in your special place, take them off. Feel the ground beneath your feet. What are you standing on? Is it soil? Is it grass? Is it sand? Wiggle your toes. Let it move between your toes. Feel the temperature of the ground beneath you. And it feels good and soothing. Brings you back into focus. Now just sit for a moment on the ground in your special place. Simply enjoy for a moment. Perhaps you want to lay back on the ground. Feel the earth on your back as you look up at the sky, and breathe. Focusing on all your senses, the sounds, the sights, the smells, the taste of the air. Feel the love that you have for all of creation and how much it loves you back, infinitely and unconditionally. Now imagine you have a magic stapler and you can staple this wonderful place to your breath so that each and every time you need to ground yourself or bring yourself into focus or drift off to sleep, you can simply close your eyes and breathe, and you can be in your very special place. This is your place where nobody wants anything from you. Nobody needs anything. Nothing whatsoever for you to do except to relax and breathe and simply be. Now you can go to this place anytime you wish now. But for now, for this moment, I need you to take a nice deep breath, smile, and open your eyes. Notice how you feel just a little bit different, a little more relaxed, a little calmer. I hope you've enjoyed giving yourself just this moment. You can use your place to quiet your mind at night or to ground yourself during the day if you feel out of focus. And as you practice this breathing and allow yourself to just drift off, it may take some time, but be patient and loving and kind. And if you're listening to a recording, which is different than the special place, it's another recording that I could send you if you want it, you'll find that eventually you will be sleeping. Desperation and frustration will not help you. It will hinder you. So remember to just slow your roll. Tip number 7, start to deal with the challenges in your life. If you're having challenges, emotional or physical issues that have been plaguing you and you've been suppressing them, it is time to take control of your life. Understand that you do not have to live your life on a runaway train where life is just happening to you. You are not an observer of your own life. If this is you, you're in the wrong seat of your own life, my friend. You need to be driving that train, or you need to step off that train and just start to walk and really just slow your roll. Take control. What I'm saying to you is that you need to take control of your life and not let emotions or issues or traumas from the past rule your present life. You can be in the driver's seat of your life. You don't need to be the observer. That's not where you're supposed to be. And maybe you simply need someone like me to help get you there. You have the power within you. You really do. You have an amazing power in you. It's stronger than you think. There is a warrior living in there. You simply need to learn how to access it and how to put yourself first. Life doesn't have to happen to you. It shouldn't be happening to you. But it's your choice. It's time to be the change in your own life and take your power back. Just consider this. Ask yourself if it's time to deal with what has been holding you back from not moving forward. And it could be possibly what's dealing with your sleep as well. You can live the life that you want. You have to just make a decision, right? Make a decision. Not a hope or a wish. You have to make a decision. That's the key. So tip number 8, let's say you do all of what I've said and you fall asleep and you wake up in the middle of the night and ta-da, you can't sleep again. Okay, so don't think about how you can't sleep again, right? I'm not going to leave you just hanging out there. So here are some things that you can do. You can do your breathing in your special place again, okay, and go right back into that special place. Do your 4-7-8 breathing, take yourself back in. Or you can do another option. So I call it the blackboard sleep self-hypnosis, okay? So take 3 breaths in with your eyes open, and on the 3rd exhale, close your eyes. Now imagine, in whatever way that you can, see it, sense it, feel it, doesn't matter, that you can sense a blackboard in front of you. Now I'd like you to draw on that blackboard, and I'd like you to place on that blackboard the number 100. And then I want you to draw a circle around it. And then I want you to erase the number 100. Careful not to rub out the circle though. And now write the number 99 inside that circle. Rub out the circle again. Okay, don't rub out the circle. Just place in, don't rub out the circle. Place in there the number 99. Erase that. Then put in the number 98. And erase that. And keep going. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too long before you fall asleep. Okay? And then you're gone for the night. So that's good. Tip 9, baby walk. Baby walk. This is for every new habit you're trying to create. We all know how a baby learns to walk. The baby gets up, takes a few steps, falls down, then tries again, and falls down again, falls on its butt, falls on her butt, stands up, takes a few more steps, falls on her head, stands up, and so on and so on. Changing a habit takes time, like the baby walk. But notice that a baby never gets frustrated. Eventually, you will have mastered this as the baby not only masters walking, but begins to run. That baby never gets frustrated. Just keeps on doing it. Made a decision. The baby has made a decision that he or she is going to walk. She's not trying, she's doing. So like a baby, just keep on going. Just keep on doing. Take that word trying out of your vocabulary and pitch it, okay? No more trying. You're doing. You've made a decision. It has been proven that it takes up to 28 days to create a new habit. Remember, you have reinforced a bad habit of not sleeping, possibly for years. It will take a bit of time to change it, but make a decision to do it. To do it. Not to try to do it, but to do it. Be kind and loving with yourself. You are doing something fantastic for yourself. This is in your highest and best. And some reprogramming of your supercomputer needs to happen. So breathe and walk, and you will be running down the path of sleep in no time at all. Okay? So, be cognizant of what you're eating and drinking. All right, a few hours before you go to bed. I am not going to spell out for you what you should not be eating and drinking before you go to bed. Seriously, you're an adult. You know this. Okay? So no junk, no coffee. Come on, blah, blah, blah. You know this stuff. So you don't need me to tell you this piece and give you a list of what you shouldn't be having, right? And one last thing. Our consciousness looks at everything as food. What does that mean? It's not just what we eat. It's what we think, it's what we see, it's what we hear, it's what we smell, etc. It looks at all of this, everything that we consume through all of our senses as food. So food is not just what we put in our mouth and that turns into plasma and goes into our blood. It is also what we bring in from all of our senses. Bet you didn't know that, okay? So through our senses and our thoughts. So start asking yourself, are the things that you are consuming through all of your senses nourishing for you? Okay? So thanks for watching this video. I know it's a little longer than my videos usually are, but I really think that this is an important one that I needed to take some time. Remember to contact me if you want me to send you the recording so I can send it to you in Dropbox, but I'm going to need your email. And if you want the essential oil recipe for rest, or if you want to get some CBD, okay, or all of the above, and all of these things can benefit your sleep, including the tips that I've given you. So night-night and sweet dreams.